Good morning, genius. Can we talk about thoughts and imaginations? Can we talk about the obvious that you guys are not doing? Or not doing it right or enough? You know, when they say you should get out of your meditation as if your prayers have been answered, not heard, and when you come out of meditation, you have to come out as the future you, the one that is healed. So let's talk about thoughts first, and then we're going to talk about imaginations right after. How they affect each other, obviously. They're just different. They're among the domino effects of going from initiation of idea into thoughts using visions and imagination, attaching them to emotions, and then collapsing wave into particle, and then subsequently living that reality. So thoughts. Imagine you've always known people in your life, right? You have met people in your life that you would never want invited back to your home, right? So this is your home, your temple, right? Your mind, your body is your temple, your home, your sanctuary. And then the world outside is a reflection of how this temple looks on the inside. So you have thoughts coming in and you're watching. Let's not get into where thoughts come from. Let's get into what do we do. So let's call this your home. And you're throwing a, and it's just a big party, right? Because you're constantly becoming a new version of you. You're constantly creating. It just doesn't feel that way because in every moment, the next version of you is so much similar to the old you that it never feels like there's a shift in reality every moment. There's a reason when you get really good at meditations, when you get really good at creating with an elevated emotion, and you do that from outside of space and time, things happen very fast. Spontaneous remissions. People are growing jawbones. People are fixing crushed spines overnight using nothing but creation techniques from outside of space and time. What happens then? Because now you went from being the old you to the new you so quickly that there's this dramatic shift that you notice. But when that happens every moment, and you don't know how to get outside of yourself, how to get away from the analytical mind, how to get out of your own way, so you can then go outside of space and time and heal yourself almost instantly. You can collapse waves into particles. You can create objects out of nothing. Yes, sounds wild. Yes, sounds like magic. Because it is. We are magicians. We're creators. How can you be a creator and not a magician? So, thoughts. There's this giant party going on in this home. And there are people that you can think about, your childhood bullies, or your exes, or your certain relationships and friends and coworkers, even your past coworkers that you would never want to invite in your house. And somehow they show up. They knock on the door. Now, it doesn't matter where they came from. It doesn't matter what they want from you. It doesn't matter if they have changed somehow. You don't want them in your house, right? That's why I tell you, you're supposed to be your own security guard. Guard your mind. Allow beautiful thoughts that are aligned with the future self that you want. Allow feelings to get to allow those beautiful thoughts and emotions to train your body, which is your subconscious mind, how it feels to be worthy, how it feels to be empowered, how it feels to be brave, how it feels to be fearless. What is it like to be in love with life? What is it like to be healed? What is it like to be abundant? You allow those things into your party, and you keep them there until your body has figured out how it feels and it has taken that in, it has reprogrammed. And when there's a conflict between these new beautiful thoughts and feelings and the old beautiful thoughts and feelings, the old ugly thoughts and feelings, then the ugly thoughts and feelings begin to get released because you're not giving them attention. You're giving these new beautiful thoughts and feelings more attention. So the more you give it attention, the more you give it energy. The more you give it energy, the more they become part of you, and they literally become things. Thoughts literally become things. They first become things as in chemicals. Autonomic nervous system gives new information to your cells. Your cells then open up your DNA, they'll add some telomeres at the end, and you'll upregulate and downregulate certain genes. So you're now biologically, genetically, you're changing. Literally, your body is changing. Your brain is constantly changing when you do your meditations. And then you have a small brain in each of the energy centers. So you're changing all seven and eight brains, which changes your field, which changes your energy. Nobody can change without changing energies. That is how you heal people. So we talked about thoughts. Other thoughts you will just gently say no and you won't let them in, right? You don't want to let them in, the unworthiness. Poor me, victim, you know. People take so much pride into saying that I've opened a business, I'm successful. It was all me. It was me. I worked hard. I made sacrifices. I made this happen. I made this happen. People are so prideful about that. But then you point at anything negative that they have created and in their reality. Oh, no, no, no. That was my ex. My disease was someone else's fault. My insecurities are someone else's fault. My aggressive behavior is because of the world and economy and taxes and government and exes and parents and neighbors. All the bad is someone else's fault, but all the good is my fault and my fault alone because I'm just so good. Ever seen that? Sounds like a sleepwalker, doesn't it? How can everything good be your fault and everything bad be someone else's fault? No, that's not true. You create the things that happen to you. So, we talked about thoughts. Let's talk about imagination. Who are you trying to be? Who do you want to be? Who are you being in this moment? And when you do that, what do you imagine? How do you view that? The healed you, the abundant you, the version of you that feels worthy, the version of you that feels like you're in love with life for no reason. You're just so high vibrational. How do you view yourself? How do you picture the life that you really, really want? What does that look like? I can get into great details of what that looks like for me. And I have figured out how to heal me. I have figured out how to heal other people. I'm going to talk more about that when I get to Mexico next month, a couple days before the coherence healings, and I'll try to figure out how to involve you guys in it somehow. And when you sit down for meditations, there are certain meditations. Now, remember, not everybody needs a guided meditation. Sure, initially you might, but other than music, sometimes you don't even need music. Sometimes I'm meditating and I'm deep into it at the airports. I don't even have my headphones. I'm just sitting there and there's just this loud noise around me, people, kids crying, all this is happening around me. And I just close my eyes and I'm somewhere else. You get very good at this. Once you get good at walking meditations, you can visualize the future life, the future version of you with your eyes open. And the more you do that, the more you are paying attention to that life, which is in a form of a wave in the quantum as a possibility. The more you imagine that, the more you attach your thoughts, imagination, along with elevated emotions, you are now brewing something beautiful. You are collapsing wave into particle, and things begin to occur. Synchronicities begin to happen. Coincidences begin to show up. And the better you get at it, the more you do it from outside of space and time, the faster it happens. Because if you do it from no space, if you do it from no time, there is then no separation. And things begin to happen very, very fast. Separation is only because of time and space. The moment we have space between us, and I want to come and give you a hug, I have to travel to you, and that takes time. Outside of space and time, everything is right there, one. So I want you guys to be able to brush off imagination and thoughts that you don't want in the new you. If you feel bad all of a sudden, ask yourself, how long should I allow myself to feel this way? I'm a human, yes, sometimes we feel bad, our energies go down. How long should I feel this way? Because the more you feel it, the more you're training your body to get addicted to it. Find people around you that are on the same journey. And whenever your energies go down, immediately call them, text them. And you don't need to explain why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Just tell them, I have a low energy right now. What do I do? And they'll remind you of certain things that I'm just talking about. Right? Save some things on your phone. And when you listen to them, gives you the reminder of what you already know, but in the moment, you can't think of it because you're feeling low and bad and you're crying. I want you to cry because of happy tears. I want you to just smile in the morning until you find reasons why you should continue to smile throughout the day. Because when that happens, you begin to think about the future beautiful you, the future healed you, the future abundant you. And the more you do that, the more it changes your personality, the more it changes your entire body physically, genetically, biologically, chemically, electromagnetically. And you're constantly having a different conversation with the quantum. I was just watching a story of a Zen master that was sitting with this. He was walking in the woods and he ran into this kid that was just sitting there, and he was just thinking. But the Zen master could feel beautiful energy from him, a creative energy from this child. So he sat next to the child, and they weren't talking to each other much. But he decided to tell this child a story, and the story went along the lines of there was this lady that moved to this village, and it was a just barren land, dry soil, nothing much was growing in there. So she decided to start planting seeds of different flowers and plants, and just she decided to start planting in the soil, but not with seeds, with her imagination. And every day she would go for a walk, and in her mind she's planting seeds. In her mind, she begins to see them sprouting. And every day in her mind, she's watering all the area that she walks through. She walked through the same area. She would, she would imagine plants just growing and thriving, and she's watering them. And this jug, imagine a jug just watering these plants, and the jug is just a never-ending water flow just coming out. Because this is your imagination, right? And something very different begins to happen that the villagers started to notice. They started to notice that there were just randomly across the village flowers blooming. There was grass growing again. Nobody knew why, but it just begins to happen, and all of a sudden the village became a flourishing place for plants. She kept going to that garden every day, and she watered it every day. She imagined it thriving every day she went for a walk. Now, there are a lot of lessons hiding in this story. I will let you think about them. You keep showing up for this work every day. You will meditate every day. You will bless your energy centers so that you can heal yourself and become upgraded version of this hologram. You will guard your thoughts, and you will only let the thoughts in that will that align with the future self, the healed self, the abundant self, the worthy self, the divine self, the version of you that is in love with life. All those thoughts are allowed inside of you. Other ones, you're not good enough to feel other ones. Okay? You're just not good enough. And then you will use visualizations. You will visualize the future you, the future car, the future career, the future business, the future house, the future partner, children, puppies, whatever you need, whatever your future self has that you want. You will feel the details. You will look at the details, you will feel the details until the emotions come up, and you're going to feel those emotions, and you're going to sit there with them to a point where your inner world becomes just as real as the outer, or even better than the outer. You can feel the fluffy hair on your new puppy. You can feel the hair of your future partner. You can touch. Imagine that. Touch and imagine their hands warm or cold, whatever makes you, whatever you like. Have a conversation with them. Laugh and pretend you're laughing with them. When you touch something, imagine you're touching it in your next house. Whatever it is that you want. Have those beautiful thoughts connected to your beautiful visualizations, connected to elevated emotions. And then you live that. You live that first with your eyes closed in meditations. Then you figure out how to do that with your eyes open. And when that happens, you will realize you will start laughing for no reason. You will fall in love with just life for no reason. You will feel so good that your baseline energy will just go up and up and up. So your neutral mood, let's say, you're not upset and you're not happy. You're just fine, right? The neutral energy is your dominant frequency, because that is by default, right? So with this work, your dominant frequency, your normal frequency will rise. So imagine when you're just feeling neutral, you're now happy. You're not neutral anymore. Your neutrality is now positive. It's a positive force. What is that doing? It is not only maintaining the homeostasis in your body, and it keeps those very good genes elevated, keeps your IgA up, cortisol levels down, all your cells are happy. You're having a very positive conversation with the quantum, because now your baseline is higher. And it takes almost no effort for you to start smiling. It takes almost no effort for you to start blessing people with your energy, with your eyes. And when you're doing that, the quantum will give you more opportunities to do that, because that's what the quantum now knows you want. And the more miserable you feel, the same thing will happen. The quantum doesn't differentiate. It doesn't discriminate. If you feel miserable, the quantum's going to be like, she wants to feel miserable. Let's find something. And then it'll give you a situation in your life where you will feel miserable. The way you feel is the way you will feel in the future. And more, it'll get worse and worse, because you want to feel more miserable. And I want you to not hit the rock bottom before you realize that you need to get back up. I want you to just take control of it. And when this happens, you realize that you're so aware of things in life. You're so awake, you're so aware that you're no longer going unconscious. So when I used to hear that we live 95% of our life unconscious and we are only conscious 5% of the time, that's because usually 5% of the time we're doing things that we're not doing every day. 95% of the times we're just repeating the same things every day. And that begins to not happen. You begin to just continuously live your life very intentionally. And when that happens, you become a very powerful creator. You become a very powerful healer. Now get comfortable with me. Let's relax a little bit. Get comfortable. Close your eyes. Deep breath. Now begin to pay attention. Expand your awareness, the empty space around you, around your head, on both sides of your ears. Focus on the frequency in the empty space, on both sides, all around your head, until you begin to feel something. A very gentle stretch, a little tickle. Your brain begins to help you. And you feel. And you pay attention to the energy in the room. You hear something unique. Feel something. How far can your awareness expand? Can you feel how far your field is? Now, imagine that there's a very bright light from the top coming straight into your head, from the top, right in the middle of your seventh energy center, your crown chakra. That love energy from the quantum is going straight into your energy center 7. It is blessing your number 7. Goes even further down, blesses your energy center number 6, your pineal gland. And from there, it enters your spine, begins to bless your number 5, your throat. And that love from the universe continues to go down your heart, begins to fill your heart with love. The universe is blessing your heart. Your heart begins to grow with love. And when you're ready, imagine every time your heart beats, It sends a wave of love in every direction. It is receiving so much love from the universe. Can't help but give it every moment that it beats. It sends a wave, a circular wave that goes out in all directions at once. Time it beats, it blesses the cell in your body, blesses your entire field, and it goes out and blesses everything that it comes in with the pure love that you are made from. You feel your number 7 in your heart at the same time. You feel up of your head as the beam comes through it. And the way your heart is reacting to all this love. Feel it saying, you feel any sensations, wave-like sensations, every time your heart beats and sends out love in all directions. And as that wave crosses your body, you feel it. It can come back. Begin to bless your heart randomly. I'll keep reminding you guys about the rice experiment. When you keep telling rice, the love rice, not the hate rice, if you keep telling that love rice, I love you, I'm so grateful for you, you can say that to a plant and it will heal. You can say that to animals and you can heal them, using along with imagination of picturing them healed and thriving. So when you do that to your heart, when you do that to your energy centers, when you bless them, talk to them, tell them how much you love them, give them positive energy. You know, you're practicing your awareness, expansion of your awareness, and then, which is divergent focus, and then there's the convergent focus. So this is awareness, this is attention. And when you give attention to your energy centers, you're giving it energy. And while you're giving it energy, you might as well be saying, I love you. I love you, my heart. I'm so grateful for you. And just talk to it. Give it so much love, and it'll change your energy centers. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you.